Okay, well,
They're starting to do safety at work, so she's trying to help them get their safety goals done.
that's true, we can read it. Y'all ready? Okay, come on, sit down.
In the front here, you.
Any ATM
We
patients?
don't have any,
Okay.
I don't think unless that one patient that got orders yesterday is coming, but as far as I know, none.
Okay.
And then we've got 3 surgical admissions today and none tomorrow.
Alright. Any ED home, 10-13?
One. Well, I'm not sure if he's been made a third.
He hasn't been made one yet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But are they on observation?
Sit down.
Not that I'm aware of.
Do you know
Your-
your procedures today?
Your outpatient from yesterday went home, I mean, it was a typical in and out.
Went home, we got everything cleaned with Clorox and UV, so.
Okay.
Okay, status of the house.
It is 22 now on that floor.
Okay.
12, 4, 5 and 5. 5 and 5, plus softball.
Any new members? Anticipated discharges?
Yes, until I hear from them based on yesterday, it looks like 9, and no joke, 7 of those are case management issues.
Physician help, room 1, physician help, room 1.
So are some of those holdovers from yesterday?
Quite a few of them.
Holdover from last week.
Yeah, there's a lot of placement issues.
I'm waiting on Worth on one of them, waiting on Lily and Carter on the other.
We've got some Magnolia Manors we're waiting on.
Yes, and so they got rehab placement, they just
DE
waiting on.
North.
I was planning on coming to the meeting this afternoon, but if you can help sooner.
All right, looking back, 24-hour safety concerns.
I have two.
Okay.
One, apparently there was a code at some point last night on night shift that the notification didn't go to RT.
Okay.
But Ms. Barbara's aware, I just got, Ms. Barbara's aware.
overhead?
Hmm.
Did the overhead page it?
I don't have all the
Did
details.
call it?
But somehow they found out, but it wasn't through the usual process, I'll say it like that.
Okay.
That was
And-
314.
Yes.
We need to see if it was
Do you know
overhead.
about what time
and
that
if they
was,
could-
John?
Yeah.
I don't, I'll say after 6:30, cause it was on the night shift people, but I can't say what time. And, CCU 1, apparently, my staff was called to replace an ambu bag because they had to bag her because they had over medicated. I didn't know if you'd seen a purse on that, but there was no record of such in the chart.
Okay.
I don't see a code limit on there.
Well, they wound up canceling the code on that one. He was
Okay.
seasoned. But, so I don't know if that affects. It was initially supposedly called as one.
No, it was called as a code.
It was called as a code, yeah, but then it's noted that he canceled that. I mean, that's what nurses documented. I don't know what that entails for y'all, but I don't know if that affected anything. How quick was it canceled in the first 2 minutes, and maybe that's why, I don't know.
Is that patient still in 314?
He's still
Okay.
on full.
I'll check on it. Looking ahead, 24-hour safety concern.
CCU 1 is still here. Okay.
While we're on those, just looking at the like overflow and such. CCU 1 has med-surg orders and so does CCU 5. There's no unit orders for either of those. And one of those was on the floor, went to surgery, from surgery went to the unit, but there was never an order. So that may be some sort of a flow issue that, because I don't know if they're technically overflow or if,
CCU 5 was a critical care patient yesterday because they came back from
right,
the
on the
ventilator.
vent.
Yeah, and they just
Right.
asked me for orders to transfer to the floor, they just called for that.
But these, and so they could have put a new one in now, but I'm telling you, as of now, both of those, the most recent orders were 7/29, which was 2 days ago, and they were med-surg. So, we're getting patients in the unit, we're transferring them back, it looks like, without an actual order for the unit. It happened a month or two ago, I know I said something here about it, but
Okay.
don't know how it happened, just so you know, cause that one on the vent never had a
CCU order.
Never had a CCU order, obviously.
There should have been an original CCU order from OR.
Well, it wasn't
Right.
original,
I mean, from PACU too.
yeah, he come to the floor, and then when he went there, yeah, there should have been something in the middle, and there's not.
Okay.
I don't know if the resident put in those orders.
The Richie. So will someone review that case too, make sure we find out what happened?
And then, do you know if one, that's the one they're talking about, they were bagging yesterday, but it did one,
I
are
don't
they
know.
truly overflow or not?
Was there somebody in there yesterday?
They were on a level fed drill.
They were,
How long
that was
they-
two, that was CCU two on
Yeah.
level bed yesterday.
No, I'm talking about day before yesterday or so.
I have it as CCU with possible transfer to med-surg.
Both of these that I'm talking about yesterday, Stanley said in our report, possibly moving to the floor as of yesterday, which makes it sound like they should have been
Should've.
unit patients.
Yeah.
He didn't put, these orders that were not put in yesterday, they were put in, like I said, the 29th. Anyhow, there's issues on both of those, CCU 1 and CCU 5, as far as the flow and where they belonged and what their order said. I think they're where they're supposed to be, the orders aren't gonna match it when it comes time for billing and coverage and such as that.
Was it
It's
4 or
five
5?
instead of
One
one.
and
CCU 1 and 5.
So if you're gonna look at those, Jeremy?
I will.
Okay. All right, any supply issues? Equipment, that we fix the whole system.
Have you heard anything?
The last time I talked with John, last week, it was still the same, nothing new. The Holter system is in, we got trained yesterday.
Okay.
And I spoke with Sherry about ordering us a downtime computer for the department, so hopefully she can help out. I've been asking for, whatever process I needed to replace that, but she answered me yesterday.
So I'm gonna leave that up there.
You know, I forgot to ask yesterday, did Daryl get everything situated with the carousel? While I was gone last week, I just didn't know if everything was in
I
line
heard
or not.
order.
I'll look for them.
Service recovery. We moved 404 to 434. He had some issues, with, 404.
What
Yeah.
was discharged yesterday?
There was a new one in there. Do you-
Oh, it's the new one that come in, this is the one from yesterday morning.
Okay.
Oh, that,
More to come. I think he's okay now.
oh, y'all did that this morning,
Yeah, just a little while ago.
thanks.
Did he want something?
Well, he was being very needy, and the nurse was tied up with some other needy patients in that group, so we just moved him so he could be with another nurse that could possibly give him more attention. Cause he didn't ask for it, we just decided to do it because he was screaming and hollering and being very demanding. Any falls?
And I'll get those numbers for you, I just, I'm fixing to do July, so I wanna give you the most accurate number, and I won't run July reports for a day or two.
My mind was on something that was, the patient that you moved,
Mm-hmm.
who, did that one come from the ER?
Probably.
Yesterday though, not today.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
who,
You know he does.
yes, I was gonna back up on this, I think this is gonna fall under safety concerns also.
Did we have an issue yesterday?
Got a email from the house supervisor late yesterday afternoon, a very lengthy email stating that that patient's mother had called her. Somebody has given that patient's mother the house supervisor phone number. And it was a 45-minute conversation. And it's almost turned into a bullying type situation where we might need to address this in other
Well, I
ways.
spoke with her this
Every time,
morning.
yeah.
I spoke with her this morning, and she was telling him that if you keep talking to them that way, I'm gonna hang up. You know, I don't appreciate you doing that. And she talked to me a lot about why he doesn't get to his dialysis appointments, you know, like he needs to. They use logistic care. He said sometimes they don't come at the scheduled time. They come earlier and he's not ready, or they may not show up at all. But she acted like she was willing to cooperate and she'll start taking him herself. But she was getting on to him this morning.
Well, there was two, because she called the ER charge nurse, the landline, yesterday, and started cussing at the ER charge nurse, and she hung up.
Well, and I think some of that is because what he's feeding her is what he wants her to know, and he's not feeding her the truth. So she's going off of him, because that's not the first time that we've had issues with the mama calling in his defense, but it's only because what he's told her and not what's truly going on with him. But he's a grown man, so we don't have to tell her anything.
Well, he's told
Well,
the
he's
nurse
given
that-
permission to give it to her, and we've added it to the computer. He wants us to talk to her,
Last
you
time
know.
he was a service recovery issue, which was just, let's be honest, within a few days ago, his last admission. And she got me on the phone one day, and she's pretty nasty herself. She's
Yeah,
looking
she
for
can
stuff.
be.
I mean, quite
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
she is. It's not just my baby said. I just went through Marcus last time.
Last time.
And actually, Marcus tracked me down yesterday about a prior incident with her. So that's, if we're tying up the house supervisor for 45 minutes, the ER charge nurse doesn't have time to deal with that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We might need to,
Ongoing and it's weekly. I mean, it's
we might
almost
need to
harassment.
look into what we can do about it.
Okay.
All right, that sounds like something
Alright.
we need to sit down and talk
And
about.
then-
Offline, yep, let's talk
Alright.
about that one too.
All right, staffing. I'm good. Anybody?
I guess.
We're good. We had to cap CCU today because one of the nurses had a doctor's appointment she had to go to, unexpected.
Okay.
But we're good after that.
All right.
Last
So-
email was diversion.
So they're on diversions still.
Well, if we downgrade, I know there's
Two of
one
them are.
downgraded already, and there's a possibility of another one, I think we
So-
covered okay.
All right, so I'll leave it as okay.
Are you back to
I know
three?
Dr. Burrows is here today.
Should be.
And Thomas.
And Thomas.
All right, so no diversion, no diversion.
All right.
They both responded, and the number that I gave you looks about right.
Okay.
And Burra specifically said if they can go to rehab,
Okay.
so.
There's already
There
two
was-
on the board for others.
The state was at
Is that on
Magnolia
third
Manor
floor?
on Monday, so I
One
think
on
that
third
kinda
and one
made
on
it
fourth.
snowball a little bit on getting placement.
We have a new resident coming tomorrow,
Okay.
Andrew Harner, Harner. Probably won't see him at the hospital until Friday.
New resident.
Who are they gonna be?
They'll have a different one every month,
Oh.
but they rotate through twice. So
DeRucci's
DeRucci leaves today,
Well,
Harner
sure.
comes tomorrow. Well, his was not a month because we had some bumps in the road to begin with. But he'll be back. They rotate through here twice in a year.
Oh, so I was about to say, I don't know what we're gonna work to get them
You
in
said
there.
with Dr. Shelley.
Well, he should have been here for a month, but he got 2 weeks instead.
All right, portfolios due today. Any other announcements or recognition?
I got a recognition for the ER. We were able to clear 14 cards off the board this morning.
All right.
They finally made something move.
All right.
Do we have anybody at risk of not having their annual updates done that?
I have some PRN employees.
No,
Make sure that we get that follow-up call with them, that technically, even if they're just PRN, it still has to be done.
Oh, I meant me in particular.
Contract, take care of that, okay?
I need to call Miss Linda and get her. So a lot of people that were on our list when I checked, they had done them,
Well, I
and
think they
so
must have done them before
they
midnight.
had, and some of them had done it weeks before.
Patty had done hers that night, that evening, and then she printed out on the list, and I went in, I can check them on
Okay.
my side, so.
Okay, I have a couple people who have done theirs and their profile show they've done it, but they still show on that.
Oh, I can't fix that.
Yeah,
Report that they're
that's
getting, but I can look and
4%.
see if they have
for
anything
some
in it.
reason.
Well, we can provide them the feedback
Yeah.
that says they're done, if,
That's right.
If there's somebody in
Exactly. That's
question.
what I did for the.
so they don't
manual.
turn off their badge.
Yes.
All right. Anybody out of office this week?
I'm not
Besides
tomorrow.
Okay.
She does get to take a day off.
I'll technically be in the building. Heavy have to
Who's
take
the
it.
doctors? Burns and.
Burrs and Thomas.
No,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow,
Oh, tomorrow.
Harris is back.
Oh.
Yeah, but take off our first day back.
I'll be in the building technically, I'm just having surgery.
Okay.
So she's gonna have.
She's gonna be fine, she's a big
Pregnancy
girl.
brain still.
That's true.
And that is a real thing.
It is.
I still have it 15 years later.
I know, right?
I'll be at
It's kind of like the baby fat, what?
Tomorrow
Anything
morning, I'll
else?
be at 59 for lunch.
Okay.
But truly tomorrow it will be Harris and Burrows, so it'll be all right.
It'll be all right. We'll manage.
Y'all say hey to Worth.
Hey,
Hey, Worth.